the topic is the power of vulnerability, the power of being vulnerable, the importance of being vulnerable. Now, what is the word vulnerable? Or vulnerability, the noun. Now, if you go to the dictionary, you will find something as I established in the beginning of this class. Now, you know, to be easily hurt, to be easily influenced, to be easily attacked, to be weak. Now, this is one meaning you will find in the dictionary. But here, I'm not talking about vulnerability on its own. I mean vulnerability in relationships. So I should have like clarified that in the title. Vulnerability in relationships, right? Vulnerability in relationships. Now, here's the definition: emotional openness and putting yourself into a position in which you are exposed and willing to be open. Again, what is vulnerability? And you will find different definitions. I shared with you a nice article. I like this definition: emotional openness and putting yourself into a position in which you are exposed and willing to be open. Now you might think I'm just introducing the topic, everybody. I don't want to, like I'm aware that I'm talking like with um, I want you just to reflect and I'm just giving you some time to think while I'm talking and introducing the topic. So yeah, I just want to establish this point. So again, vulnerability in relationships, emotional openness, and putting yourself into a position in which you are exposed and willing to be open with the other person. Right. Now, you might think that this is a Western and the Western culture, but it has its roots in our tradition. Now, you all, from the Arab world, all of you Muslims, I believe. So it's a good to to state this point. It has its roots in our tradition. Now, I love this very much. I adore this narration by the Prophet when he said, I'm paraphrasing, if you love your friend, if you love your friend, tell them, because that will strengthen the affection.
Again, could you
You
repeat it
know,
again?
let
I
me
didn't
finish it
get
and I
that.
will repeat it. Uh, right. If you love your friend, if you love your friend, tell them, I love you. I love you. Tell your friend about your love, because this will strengthen the affection among you. This is not very common. Now, maybe you might not heard of. There are many. Just search, read, narrations books, by the Prophet, by his progeny, and peace blessings upon them all. You will find lots, of this kind of narration that encourage you to be open emotionally. I mean, of course, your true emotion. You love your friend, you know, and there is something about your friend, you know, and you go and you tell them or you write to them, and as I said, established. There are many, many. I've just uh, had a look at some today, but I looked at. I know of these narrations long ago, but we probably we don't talk very much about this. It's kind of a bit difficult to say to your friend that you love them, that you respect them, that just in word, I know the power of the verb, you are like, quote unquote, a verb person, a doing person, you show by action, but yes, words, you know, you know, um, have power. So telling your friend, telling your friend about your love, about your affection, that will strengthen the love and the affection among you. This is great. Now, this is a kind of vulnerability, because you think like uh, uh, remember the definition, emotional openness. You know, to say about to state like your true emotions towards your friends, your family. Um, yeah, you just appreciate and say and express your appreciation in words. In words. I know you, all of you. We hopefully we all do it by action. I hope um, but not myself. I'm not good at that. Because of this reason, I'm between two brackets. I'm talking about this topic. If you're not good at something, talk about it, and you might get inspired from others. Actually, let me. I'm not. There is something happened yesterday. Um, Yesterday, like when I didn't write on my notes. I have notes, by the way. I don't just keep talking without notes to know that I'm an organized person. I have everything prepared and all that. Right. Having that said, let me move on and tell you that yesterday something very sweet happened. Esma shared something. Esma yesterday attended the class. Um, and she shared with us her piece of writing. She wrote about her being in school and relationships and friends, and she wrote something nice, inspiring. And we had like another member, Dunya from Algeria. She said, "I love to be your friend." She said to Asma, "I love to be your friend." And that was very sweet, that kind of emotional openness. Now, in your heart, you love to be, there is a good person, you can learn from them, and you go to them and you ask them, "I love to be your friend." And, this is very sweet. This is really brave. This is, I mean, this is, I think you think the same. Um, so yeah, now this is kind of how being now this is the positive and the bright side of being vulnerable. You earn friends. You are not ashamed or feeling like what the other person will think of me, what the other person will say. No, you just go and you express this true feeling in your heart. I love to be your friend. I love to be your friend. Um, do you know that I love you? Have I told you that before? I love you. I respect you. I learned from you. I appreciate that. Thank you from time to time. Uh, so this is the bright side. I'm keep talking. I want you, a chance to reflect. Now let me tell you how can being vulnerable can really help you to fix broken relationships. There are two stories I'm gonna focus on, just two stories. I remember them while thinking of vulnerability and being emotionally um, um, open. Now, I shared with you a book by Thich Nhat Hanh, The Art of Communicating. Some of you loved the book. I know they told me they loved the book. They said this is a good book. Um, and I've read it several times. Let me tell you, I've read it. I don't know, two, three, four times the whole book. Um, and there is a story where there is a man. He has a wife. His wife is pregnant, and he went to the war. A year, 2 years passed, something like that. And when he returned, his wife was, extremely ecstatic, happy to see her beloved husband after she thought he died because a year, 2 years, several years maybe, and there is no news from him, so he must be died basically. So he returned. His wife was very 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 happy, ecstatic. He returned. His wife was very 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 happy, ecstatic, joyful, all that. Um, Now, maybe the wife went out of the home, shopping, and for the first time, he saw his son. Remember, his wife was pregnant, so he saw his son, and imagine the situation: a year, 2 years in a war, and returning to this to your family. You found, this um, this a child of yours, walking, speaking. That must be was very happy moment for this man. Imagine when this child denies his father. He told him, "You are not my father. You're not my father. My father is, coming every night here at home and speaks to my mother every night. Comes here." Now, I know probably what you're thinking. Now, this is not a faithful wife. Probably. This is what I thought when I start. I thought, wow, this is really sad. And it kind of started the spark of blame. I wanted to blame her. But this wife, this wife, um, um, at night, she was alone with her son, no one else. And she want to um, entertain her son. She want to keep herself company, not feeling alone. So there is a shadow on the wall. Her shadow was on the wall, right? So she was talking to her shadow and pretending that her shadow is her husband, and she told her son, this is your father, and this is your father, and he is with us. We are not alone. Your father is with us. So a man didn't ask for clarification when his son. I should have give you the conclusion at the end, but that's fine. That's fine. Um, Now this man, when his son denies him, he went out. He thought that, as I thought in the beginning, that his wife is not faithful. So he went out, mm, got drunk, and continued like that. Didn't speak to his wife, not a word, and he tortured her with being silent. You know, he tortured her with being silent, with being dumb, not showing any feelings or emotions or any clarifications. Just silent and coldness. Now, after some days, um, what happened is tragedy. He was the reason. He was too pride. He could have just went to his wife and just being vulnerable, tell his wife about his true feelings. I heard this from my son. And did you really do that? Explain to me. Please help me. Could have said to her, I suffer. Please help. Um, I have these thoughts. Are these thoughts true or false? Help me. He could have said all of these things, and his wife would be, happily explaining what happened and her, misery and speaking to a shadow, not a real man. It wasn't. Now, this this is, I believe it's a true story. I think it is a true story. Now, this man unfortunately didn't do that. He was too proud to be vulnerable, to show his true feelings and doubts. So he kept silent. His wife, as a result, committed suicide. His wife committed suicide. She drowned herself in the river. And he, as you know, as I recollect, as I remember, he too committed suicide. Maybe not really sure, but even if he lived, this is the meaning. Because he knew at later times, he knew, I believe, his wife was talking to a shadow, not a real man. Now, if here really comes, everybody, can you hear me? Because I just want to
Yeah,
make sure you are right.
I am.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Now, if this man, let's imagine if this man, like as I said, like went to his wife and explaining his doubts. You know, I thought, I have these thoughts in my mind. I have these doubts in my mind. I want to understand. I suffer. Please help. I just want to understand. I don't want to hate and all of that. Being vulnerable, showing your true feelings, without hiding them, without being pride, without torturing yourself or others. Because this man tortured his wife till death, till she committed suicide. He himself tortured for eternity. He just lost it. But the price to get his back, to get his son back, just to go and speak, be vulnerable, show your true feelings. Very easy, I tell you that because I am kind of we. I once told you. I told you so okay, just to I am but let me there is another story in this book. Let me read it. Reconciling in families. Now there is a man who like having like years not talking to his father because they have like a rift. They have broken relationships. But the author, he was in Germany, and he said, you have 24 hours, something like that. You go and fix your relationship. He said something like, just um, um, you know, reconcile. Reconcile in relationships mean fix your relationship. You can't do that. You will read it in the book. It's worthy of read of your time. So this man, he was too hesitant. Imagine years not talking to your very close person, your father. So this person um, dialed the number of his father, called his father, and imagine the context is not easy. Like years, you know, being apart from your father, not talking to them, not um, knowing about them. And this is, believe me, I believe because we are human, we share the same feeling. I mean, when you have a broken relationship, even if the other person is, he's done you wrong, you will still feel like a bit uneasy. You wish for them not doing that. You wish that they really understand you, understand, you know, uh, maybe you are willing to fix the relationship. You are trying to fix the relationship. But if you're not, if the relationship is still broke, even if the other person done you wrong, you will still feel like kind of heaviness in your heart because you don't want that. Now, yeah, this is an interesting point. This person dialed the number of his father, called him, and just talked. Years I'm not talking to you, something like that, and I know I made you suffer. I know I made you suffer. I know maybe, but I want I want you to know that, and I want you to um, to like asking for kind of just as we said, stating your true feelings. Just let the words out. Let them out. Let these words in your heart, the true words, without thinking, let them out. And he's done that. And that's it. That's it. They talk to each other, and all the heaviness and the burden of years just went away. That easy. Fixing relationships. That easy. Just taking this is true. So this is vulnerability. This is being vulnerable, stating your true feelings. And I introduced to you the concept of being vulnerable in relationships, the importance of it, and I talked to you a little bit about the bright side. Like the example that happened in the classes today when Dunya told to Asma, "I want to be your friend. I like to be your friend." This is very brave, kind. And the other example, I mentioned two examples, I think. And here, how being vulnerable, showing your can help you to with your relationships. Um, yeah, even if just and I think yeah, we might expand later. We might, but I think this is enough. Um, Let me have a drink of water. Yeah, I think uh yeah, everybody
Thank you
I
for
hope
sharing.
you got the concept, you got the examples. If you want to clarify something, then you share your ideas, your thoughts, whatever in your mind, please do.
Well, for me, I don't have like something to say about it. You said it all, I think. Well, yeah, like the stories that you have shared with us, like the example of the class that was sweet. I've re-listened to the to the to this. I don't know how to say it to the class. Um, تسجيل in English.
Recording.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot it. Recording, yeah, and I and that that part hit me. That was sweet, and as you said, this was brave. That was human, simply. Yes, and the two stories. One was really really sad, about, and the second was delightful one, and that shows the power of being vulnerable. The same as Zahra.
It's a new word. It's a new
Yeah.
word. That's fine. That's fine.
Wait,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't say it right now. Vulnerability. Okay? Don't say yours
Oh,
like
Yeah,
me.
good job. Good job, everybody. You're
great job.
doing great, by the way. You're doing
Great job,
great.
Zahra. Vulnerability. Oh, that's
Vulnerability.
better.
Vulnerability. It's like this.
That's
Vulnerability.
good.
Yeah, I think me too.
Actually,
Vulnerability.
I wanted to start the day, but I forget. I wanted to start with a practice for your tongues. There is some practices you can do them before you speak, so that they'll help you to pronounce the words more easily. But I
Oh,
hope to do them tomorrow. They're so much fun,
inshallah.
and you will enjoy them, inshallah.
Yes.
Inshallah. Thank you.
Inshallah. We will do it tomorrow or today.
Yeah, we shall do them tomorrow. We shall do them tomorrow.
Okay.
God
It's a
willing, we shall
nice
do them
idea.
tomorrow. Yeah, actually, it's a good idea to start the class with with like starting a play with just warm up a little bit, then start
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
play, start playing.
maybe
So we shall
funny.
do that tomorrow, God willing. Yeah,
Inshallah. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
yeah. I just forget. I thought I wanted to do it today, but I forget. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
That's
please
okay.
continue,
Mhm.
share your thoughts. Whatever in your mind. Let me
Yes.
know.
Okay. Just I will want to just to finish what I was saying. Like
Yeah,
you just tell us about, give us examples about the power of being vulnerable to one other, and in the first story, not being vulnerable, caused so much, so much pain to both sides. I would say that
yeah, true.
to all the sides, because there's also a child, between the husband and the wife. Yes, so and it was sad, it was sad ending, but it gave us like and the wife. Yes, so and it was sad, it was sad ending, but it gave us like it shows us the importance of being vulnerable to one another. And the second one, which is more it's more real. A lot of people suffer from that. From broken relationship between really deep, really close family members, and just like feeling pride or feeling um yeah, like being pride that like prohibit them from being vulnerable. And as you said, I mean, if when you know the son went to his father and told him all what he had in his heart, the relationship has fixed, and um and that was easy, and at the end it was a result. But he waited like a long years, like they wasted years that they could like benefit from it, so that's a really great story as well. Yeah, so thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing these stories, and you changed my opinion about vulnerability.
Oh, this is one of my achievements. I should state them. Should
Yeah.
cite them.
Are there
All
real
right.
stories?
They are. Yeah. This is non-fiction book, The Art of Communicating, and the author. I've read really after reading this book. This is my first book. This is my first read when I read this book by the author. His name is Thich Nhat Hanh. I've read other books. Other books. He's a poet, a peace activist, and I really like his writings. His writings really, um, you might notice that they are easy to practice, easy to understand. So these kind of he's around the world, Europe and you know uh, Asia, I think, doing they call it um, in some treatment for people. They come, they register in the. He's a Buddhist in the Buddhist, you know, call it monastery, I think, the name of the building. They come and they there's a kind of program. So this is stories from this program that he's done throughout his life, right? So the real stories, real people. He met them, and you will see throughout the book there are such stories. First-hand stories, first-hand stories. You know, stories he saw, he experienced. So yeah, this is what you know made the book for me when I read it is kind of um, um, well, the stories added to its power, because when you read the story, especially this story, I still like, I've read it, I didn't know actually, yeah, 2 years. It really was really sad. I read it and I kind of, and I, my whole body kind of shaking. Know the word for it. But really, imagine that. Imagine how many people, how many, and you see them maybe in your, maybe your own family, maybe relatives, maybe friends, maybe people. And this is one of the most like um, um problems. Something people, all over, you know, they should struggle with. We should struggle with communicating, with others truly without, So yeah, it's really. I shared the book with you, and we might talk about it more. Yeah, I don't want to go further. It's your time. It is your time now. So, any one of you, any ideas? Yeah, maybe you don't have. Yeah, you don't feel, pressured. Don't feel pressured. You can tell us later. You might like to think.
Can I
Yeah.
talk?
By the way, yeah, please go. This is your time.
Yeah. Yeah, you talked about the bright side, about being vulnerable, but there is dark side. I think we know it, but I should say it. Uh, Sometimes it's not good to be vulnerable with some people. They won't understand you. They won't understand your pain or weakness or whatever. Um, and you will feel like you waste yourself. That's really hurting. I felt it before. It's really hurting when you told some people they won't understand you. So we need to be careful with who will talk, with who will communicate and all that, because not all people understand. That's it.
Um. Well. Now, we mentioned this narration by the Prophet. Now, you are not gonna tell a stranger, stop them in the street, smile to them, and tell them like you love them. Now, this is not, uh, I guess the Prophet meant, but your friends, I mean, your first circle, your closest, because sometimes we forget about those who are very close, because they are very close. It's hard to see them, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because they are very close. Yeah, so with your just watering, I believe we talked about watering the relationships, watering your flowers. Um, Now, yeah, with this circle, yeah, it's a good. Now, something else you mentioned. Now, it's now these techniques in this book and other books actually can help you a lot, even with those who you don't feel comfortable being around, right? So because really the bottom line of these techniques, like, just you really need to be like feelings, because but to realize your true feelings, you need to be still, calm. You need to be we said this example, this analogy, like it's like the sea, when the sea is calm and still, you can see the reflections of the blue sky, you can see the beauty of it. But when the sea is, storms and all that, it's not the same. So it's the same with ourselves. To see these true feelings and to really feel them, uh, there must be presence, right? This presence can help you, you know, the presence can help you, you know, with knowing, or rather seeing your true feelings, because when you are confused, we can't really recognize what the feeling, but when you calm, you can recognize. And the other thing, you can your true feelings, because when you are confused, we can't really recognize what the feeling, but when you are calm, you can recognize. And the other thing, you can as well, if there is, we talked about toxic communication, toxic people. When you are present, it's easy to like, um, it's easy to um, protect yourself. It's easy to protect yourself from, because yeah, I agree with you. There are people, because they are unmindful, because they are, um, you know, can't recognize the thing that you're, um, they just, let's use this simple word, not present, you know, living on autopilot. Now, in this case, um, you can like give them some piece of advice, guide them if you can, if you want to, if you can. That would be really, um, so they can enjoy what you're enjoying. But sometimes there are some people, this they don't, they can't get it. And you might, I understand, you're saying like, I have the right to be afraid from them, to talk to them or to be in their presence. Because their presence is merely, we talked about some people, merely their presence can be toxic, can be like compared to,
Just to say, look, they
yeah,
are not really toxic people. They are my people. Okay, they close to me. But sometimes my pain not look reasonable for them, not look like it's real, or you are painful from something like that. They will look at you like, why? This is meaningless. Like, why you are suffering from something doesn't worth it. We have different feelings. We have different personality. We can't just say this pain isn't worth it because people are different. So those people
right,
not toxic. They are maybe not understand.
right. Now, what I meant, by the way, I was talking in general. I was talking in general. I didn't like mean any, not a, there wasn't a particular person. So just in general, because this is real. This is not an insult. It's not an insult if you're saying, um, if you're not present. I myself now in this conversation, if I don't pay attention to what I'm speaking, I might say something inappropriate. I might say something you know not respectable. Uh, so I need. This is easy. You might be very good person. You might be very good person, very, ethical, virtuous person. But we do forget. It's a human nature. We do forget. We do make mistakes. You know. Uh, this is part of being human. Uh, but yeah, there is something else you mentioned. There are different layers of understanding. Different layers of understanding. Now, sometimes. Um, for this reason, we might feel comfortable talking to some people because we feel we are on the same page. We have like similar similar ground. But sometimes, yeah, I acknowledge that sometimes you people who are very close to you, but they have different. They really, when you talk to them, might not get you because there are no. If I can, like um, build a bridge between me and them, that would be great. Let me try. Let me try build this bridge. But if I tried and I didn't succeed, so yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's just as I said, the bottom line of the whole thing is
Am I the only one who can't listen? Or what?
Me too.
I'm also listening.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
already played.
Um,
I can't
do you still?
listen.
Okay, he comes back.
Yes, now yes, now we can hear you, Montada.
Great.
Yeah,
Great. I
by the
just said,
way,
yeah, please. By the way, it's your time, so feel free to interrupt if I just saying. I want you. If there is any idea, anything. Yeah. So,
yeah, I
um,
just want to say hello to Amina. Uh, yeah, she's a new member here, I think, and she wanted maybe to
yeah,
speak because the mic was
y-
on. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
so you might give
Amina, you
her
are welcome here.
turn.
It's your second or third time, I believe, because I remember you from last classes. You are very welcome here. Feel free to speak up if you have anything, comments, suggestion, basically any question you have, feel free to ask, to speak or to write in the chat. Um, yeah, write in the chat, speak up, and say whatever in your mind if you want to.
Hello, everyone. Um, I'm too
Hello.
late, so I didn't know what you are talking about. I'm just seeing the vulnerability.
Right. Yeah. So yes, you're right, and so I'm gonna wait for you to finish. Um, yeah. There is another point, but I might mention it later. Yeah, everybody, any thoughts? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I at first I want to thank you for sharing the amazing stories and everything, the narration. I want to share with you an idea. I had an idea a few days ago. To it's like a challenge every day to tell someone that I love you or I care about you. Uh, I mean, someone from my family or from my friends, not stranger. So yeah, this is I don't know. I feel like whenever you tell someone, even if they know, like if you tell your brother or your mom or your one of your friends, they know you love them, but when you tell them, they will feel happy. So I just want to share this with you. Try this, and you will be happy first for yourself and the others. You make others happy. Right, you am. I told you yesterday I love you.
Yes, yes, I love you too. I'm so blessed to have you as a friend. Yeah,
Yeah,
alhamdulillah.
me too. Alhamdulillah. So
No,
yeah, I
this
just
is
wanted to share
Actually,
this.
we confess our love every single time we talk or message.
Yeah.
Yes,
now. Here
Yeah,
is a
that's it.
suggestion from Fatimaya. I hope everybody heard it. If anyone practiced this kind of challenge, because it's a kind of challenge, let us know. About your experience if you like to share your experience. Now, I mean, let me just read the chat. Next time I will be prepared and participate, inshallah. Yeah, sure, sure. By the way, if you are interested in the topic, you can listen to the recording because this is a recording call. So nothing, you missed nothing. All the time there's a recording. There is the slides. I share the PowerPoint slides. Yeah, right. And you are very welcome. I hope you enjoy the class. And sure, if you have any ideas, suggestions, improvements, share them, please. And again, you are very welcome, Amina, and other members, Nov, I think, Nov just joined, and everybody else, you are very welcome here. Yeah, lovely to have more members, to have more ideas. I know This is can, in a way help us to, to grow when you speak about an idea and you hear different opinions from different contexts. This is really this is very um, help us, as I said, to grow. I hope we get that, we get to this. Right. Now, anything I'm just reading, having when so you asked about the where did you start the meeting? We all that all every day at 8, as I repeatedly said, 8:30 Baghdad time. 8:30, right? 8:30. 8:30 Baghdad time. Um, sure. Yeah. So your voice, it's couldn't hear you. Sorry, couldn't hear you. Um,
Amina, where are you from?
I
Uh-huh.
have another
Oh,
person from
So,
Morocco.
so
that's
the class start in 6:30.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah. This is helpful.
yeah.
6:30. Right, everybody. Now, another chance to share your thoughts about the topic, the importance of vulnerability in relationships. If you have any thoughts, please do share them so we can move on to your homework. Just a moment of silence. This is nice. I believe in some traditions, silence is something they appreciate. Now, I believe in like in our culture that and like they want to say something, right? So they just put something in this gap where no one is talking. No, I found it very interesting. In some cultures, they appreciate silence. There's
Yeah,
they have in
we
their
do.
traditions. We don't. I'm kind of kidding. But where I'm living, where I'm,
Silence is golden.
yeah. So but some, it is, I believe it's something I myself need. Right. So a moment of silence. Then we shall, you know, move on to the next part of the class. That is your homework. A moment of silence. Let's begin. Okay. Ready, everybody? Are you ready?
yes, I am.
So just to introduce,
Yes, I am.
the homework, don't know if you. I hope you have the chance to have a look at it. You have like two options. You can talk about, a little bit about your future plans. Let's say, what do you plan for the next 4 years? Your ideas. I thought, because there is the thing that aroused this question is I've been, working on an application where they ask me to write about my future plans. So I thought, let me ask my class about their future plans. And if you don't want to talk about your future plans, you can talk about a book, public speaker, author, painting. We have some artists here, so might be interesting to talk about a painting, author, book, show, film. Yeah, these I mentioned some examples. You can talk about a single one. Can talk about several. You have so much options today. So yeah, the floor is yours. Please, let us start if you're ready.
Fatma, can you start?
Yeah. By the way, yeah, you said Fatima. Fatima, I didn't forget about your writing. So yeah, if you want to add to this to the today's homework
Oh my God. Why you started with me? I feel sleepy. I just,
again.
I said, Zahra wanted me to speak. I said, why she wants me to speak first? I feel sleepy.
I
So
Okay.
look. I miss your voice. So talk. I didn't hear it too much today.
Mhm.
yeah, because I'm
Now,
sleepy.
yeah,
I
if
feel
this
sleepy.
is a good point, this is a good point to start first because you're sleepy. You might sleep at the end of the class. So start
Yeah.
now, better, much better.
Mhm. Yes. Go ahead, Fatima.
Okay. I don't know what to say really. What's my plan for the future? The question is, hmm, well, I don't know really. Allah knows. I don't know.
Now,
So sometimes
Amina
I
want to
feel,
talk?
yeah, Amina, please go on, Amina.
Right. So, please, if one of you is ready, read the
Got
question,
you.
prepared,
Okay. Okay.
please,
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
without, yeah, please go on if you're ready.
I choose to talk about one of my best personalities that who inspired me.
Yeah.
One of the personalities who inspired me. We said is or are. One of the
If you're
personalities who
talking about a
inspired.
singular person, use
Yes.
is. If it's a plural, you use are.
Okay. One of the personalities who inspired me is Steve Jobs, who was the founder of Apple and Pixar. I really
Mm,
like his story, how he became the CEO of one of the powerful companies in the world. And really, I enjoyed his story, and I uh, I saw the film and the commentary about his life, and also how he was poor, and his family didn't have money to let him uh, finish his studies, but instead of that, he was uh, uh, he chose the major that he wants without being in class. He chose what the lessons that he wants to see and learn. So I really I really inspired by his story. He really suffered from. He was the founder, and after he he will he was kicked from his own company. You can see. Did you see a video on YouTube about his story?
Um. Yeah. Yeah, I actually listened to an audiobook, a biography about Steve Jobs, his how he started, how they fired him from Apple. Then he started a new company, not very popular, called I think Next.
Pixar,
After that,
Pixar,
you know,
Pixar, and
yeah,
next. Yeah,
yeah, right.
he had the motivation to start a new life, and also um I don't know, Cambridge or Oxford give him what we said, without graduating. They gave him the the diploma.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he
It's a popular talk on YouTube.
exactly, and all the advice that gave that he gave to the students who graduates. So it's I I want you really to see this famous speech.
Yeah, please do share
Yeah.
it. I think I'm
Okay.
familiar with this, but some of
Okay.
our here might don't know about it.
Yeah, me
Now,
too. When I want to have motivation and that, I saw this. I see this video.
yeah, it's a very good talk. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Now,
wanna
if I
share
ask
with
you
you
about,
this.
yeah, 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 please.
You want to say something, Montada?
Yeah, just a follow-up question. What is the most interesting thing? I mean, one trait. If you want to choose one trait in his personal, in his character, interests you.
One of his the characters that I to have it in my life is to have patience, and he said that we should search of the the thing that we love the most in life. So if you love something, you have the inspiration to do it, and you will be motivate. You will have the motivation to achieve it. And also, he said if it's your last day in your life, what's the things that you wanna do in this last day. So it's really meaningful speech.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, um, really, the interesting thing I want to, but I want you, uh, as I said, if you have something, a question to Fatih, a thought, uh, you can ask her by the way. I think I'm out for a few minutes. I'll I'll come back, but I'm out for a few minutes. And carry on with your homework. Carry on with your homework. Um, yeah. See you in a minute, everybody.
Okay.
Oh, Bay, welcome. And North, welcome, guys.
Can I talk about one
Yes,
my
Amina, go
favorite
ahead.
film?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God! What is this?
Okay, I choose
I
one of
choose
my
one of my
What's up, Amina? Your voice.
which caused the human.
Do you think, like I think
Like I
two
think
people are speaking at the same time. Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Amina. And after that, maybe Ubi can will speak, inshallah. Yes, we're listening to you, Amina.
okay,
Right, I'm back, everybody.
Hey,
one
hello,
of
welcome
Um,
my
back.
favorite
I
films
didn't miss much.
and
Right.
Hey, Ben.
um, The Pursuit of Happiness, which based
Amina, your voice is not
on the
clear.
story of
Yeah, we
the
Amina,
can't
Exactly.
listen to you, hear you,
we
Amina.
can't hear you.
Yeah.
okay. I said that one of my favorite film that I have watched called The Pursuit of Happiness. Is based on the story of Chris Gardner, a man who
Your
loses
voice is
everything,
still not clear, I
but
mean, your voice is still
Yeah,
not clear.
I
we
don't
Um,
can't
know.
hear you.
c-
I don't
Up
know what
more.
yeah,
problem
Speak
was.
louder.
no, um, if you can just try a bit later or write in the chat, just we'll try a bit later. Write us what you want to say in the chat because it's really hard to hear you. Would love to hear from you, but unfortunately. Now, Fatty talked about her favorite personality. That was Steve Jobs. Um, uh, Anyone else? Um,
Can I talk?
Yeah,
yeah,
go
please,
ahead,
Zara.
inshallah.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Yeah, okay. What's happened? There's some people laughing.
Laughing. I don't
Okay.
know.
Oh, because
Just carry on
yeah,
and we'll
sorry
see.
about that. No, I was just going to speak and we spoke at the same time. That's why I
Oh,
Yeah,
laughed.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry for that.
I waited you because I see your microphone was opened and I waited you. Okay, if you want to talk, just talk. We
My dad saying, no, 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 go ahead. No, no, that's okay. I would love to hear
Okay.
from you too. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna to talk about someone. I'm not gonna talk about my planet because I don't know what's my planet on to the next day. So I will talk about Iranian director. I don't know. Maybe you guys know him because he is now famous, kind of. His name is Abbas Kiarostami. He's Iranian director, like I said, and he just makes such a great movies. I wish you saw it. It's just great. Look, he just take a piece of life. I don't know what is this mean, but he just take a simple event and make a movie from it. You know, there is no violence. There is no big emotions like love or sadness and all this. No, he just trying to calm you down. Like he said, I don't want people to be over emotion when they saw my movies. I want them to be boring, to relax. That's what he wants, and he is good. When someone told him that your films are boring, I feel like those people not understand those movies because it's really great. He talked about children, about the simple relationships between the father and the son, the mother and her son, and all that. I will tell you about some of his movies, like Close Up and Where is Friend's Home. This is such a great movie. It's talk about a little child just trying to find his friend home and give him the homework. That's it. This is the story. This is the whole story. And guess what? You will have fun. You will feel like you saw just a great movie. That's what I felt. And there is more, like The Wind Will Carry Us, Life and Nothing More, The Traveler. And there's many, many movies. Great. So I advise you to see one of these movies. It will be great. And I hope there's some people watch some of these movies. That's it.
Yeah, please do share these names in the chat. Um, you
Yes,
know,
yes, please.
I will do. I will do.
Zahra,
yeah.
because I love Iranian movies. They're very simple, and you know, when I saw Iranian movie, it touched me. Not like you know, Iraqi not movies. Serious. I don't enjoy any of Iraqi series or movie. Just one. I just remember. Um, uh, Parawana. Just this is my favorite Iraqi work. That's it. But yeah, I used to watch Iranian movies. So please do share them with us.
Right, we have now, we am, right? You
Yes,
have
me.
something.
Yeah. Alright, for me, I would love to share with you one of my favorite movies, titled Shawshank Redemption. It is actually an old but a gold movie that my eldest sister has highly recommended me to watch it like a few months ago. Weird though, I haven't come across it all this time, like if I wasn't living on Earth. Because it's such an old masterpiece, as I said, and gold one. Well, I fell in love with everything in Shawshank Redemption, from the amazing scenario and script. Shawshank Redemption, from the amazing scenario and script, especially the splendid, deep, motivating quotes said by the amazing actors Tim Robbins, who played the role of the protagonist, Andy Dufresne, the living legend Morgan Freeman, who played the role of his friend Redden, and James Whitmore, who played the role of Brooks Hatlin, the elderly man, and many other amazing actors, actually, to the stunning music. Well, this masterpiece says it all in an amazing, gorgeous, artistic manner about hope, optimism, determination, perseverance, endurance, pure friendship, intelligence. And it delivers a very strong, stunning, deep message to anyone suffering out there from their from the current harsh situation, that the impossible cannot coexist, meaning exist at the same time with all these strong positive mindsets that I've mentioned earlier. I will say them again: hope, optimism, determination, perseverance, endurance, pure friendship, and intelligence, which are the main keys to escape any sad, tough, and just reality or situation into a happy, easy, fair one. Well, I would love to share with you some of the beautiful, inspiring, deep quotes said by Andy Dufresne, the protagonist. First one is in here, indicating indicating his brain, and in here, indicating his heart. And that's the beauty of music. They can't get that from you. Second one is there's something inside they can't get to, that they can't touch. It's yours. It is hope. The next one, the funny thing is, in the outside, I was an honest man, straight as an arrow. I had to come to prison to be a crack. Really funny one.
Yeah,
Um, Yes. Next one. I think it comes down to a simple choice: get busy living or get busy dying. So deep. Yes, another one. Hope is a good thing, maybe the best of the things, and no good things ever dies. And there's a quote by, his friend, his dear friend, Rudy. Uh, I will share it with you just a moment. That was like
Take
too,
your time.
yeah, thank you. It was long to write it down, so I just take a pic for it. All right. Some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright, and when they fly away, the part of you that knows it was a sin to lock them up does rejoice. But still, the place you live in is that much more drab and empty that they're gone. I think I just missed my friend. Mhm. Well, it's a really watch-worthy masterpiece that I highly recommend, everyone to watch it if you haven't done it yet. If possible, I want to share with you another amazing, inspiring masterpiece.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
Yeah, thank you. It's actually a
Yeah,
poem.
sure.
Yeah, thank you. A poem titled "How to Die" by Edmund Vance Cook. Um, yeah, the poem is another classic masterpiece beside, Shawshank Redemption, talking about never giving up or losing hope, wherever and however the situation seems impossible to escape, until literally your last breath in this life. And that's what really matters the most, fighting and or dying with grace. And Andy Dufresne, the protagonist of Redemption, made that exact choice, risking his own life combating for his freedom and future goals. Now, I'm not gonna kill the suspense and leave the ones who haven't watched it yet, enjoyed this masterpiece, and find out themselves whether this he succeeded or not. Yes, so I will share the links of the movie, trailer, best quotes, video links beside you everyone for listening.
That was well prepared. That was well
Yes,
prepared. Thank you for that. Really, thank
thank
you.
you. I
Uh,
enjoyed my
that
time
was
preparing it.
clearly well prepared. I really respect that. Thank you.
Me too.
Um, Now, just a moment to welcome Lisa. Lisa, you're very welcome.
Yes,
And
thank you, Lisa.
if you are here, if you're listening to me, you're very welcome. And
Thank you. Thank you. Greetings
uh,
to you all. And I wanted
Hello,
to only a little bit be with you and listen to you. Thank you. Greetings
uh,
to you all. And I wanted
hello.
to only a little bit be with you and listen to you. And thank you, William. Little bit be with you and listen to you. And thank you, William. I think also you prepared excellent for this event,
Thank you,
and
Nadia.
thank you. It's
Thank
good
you
to
so
hear
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's good to hear you too.
so, just a brief question asking about your well-being. How are you? How's life treating you in Germany? Hopefully, all is well.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Everything is well. I do my work. I'm in the evening a little bit exhausted, but
Yeah.
it is okay. It is okay. It is okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Now, just briefly to remind you, this is the last part of this class, almost not the last. We have a Q&A at the end. But now it's uh, the homework part of the class. So we have Zahra, we have Fatih, we have Wiam, and actually all of you, Fatima, you didn't share yours, did you?
Yeah, actually, I will
Would you
share it
like?
tomorrow. Tomorrow, inshallah.
Fine,
I'm
totally fine,
tired.
totally fine. Totally fine. Okay, thanks everybody. Now this is the last part of the class. If you have questions, suggestions, thoughts, whatever in your mind, feel free to speak up. Feel free to write in the chat. Um, yeah, yeah. If
Have a
not,
question?
yeah, please.
Yeah. Like who watched the movie that I talked about? It's a really
I
famous one.
actually I enjoyed it because I think I watched the movie and I remember
Mm,
the movie
yeah,
well, maybe very well. So
yeah,
while you are talking, I remember the scenes and all that. So it was
yeah, that's really
fun
cool.
for me. I hope other members. Yeah, I believe 3 years ago, something like that, I did watch that movie.
Oh, good to know. Um, like one of my favorites ones. Yeah, Fatima, you want to say something?
Maybe our dear friend Lisa didn't see the homework basically to talk about something favorite, a book, an author, public speaker, film, um, a story, something like that. But I know you are kind of tired, uh, so if there is nothing in your mind, that totally fine. Uh, right,
Thank you.
everybody.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Munta. I try always read the post, but it is so much. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
try. It's really interesting. Your topics are really interesting, and I'm so happy that you do this class. And thank you for your work and your job that you do it. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your kind words. Always like that, Lisa. You're always like that. Thank you.
Leave now, and hopefully we see or hear us again soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
please,
you,
and
Happy.
take care.
Okay,
Take care.
Thank you. Bye, bye.
Have a
bye bye.
serene evening. Bye. Take care. Yeah. Well, everybody, that's it. Uh, thank you all. Fatih, Zahra, Wian, Fatima, Nof, and Amina, and all those who attended, all those who prepared. Um, your thoughts, your questions, your participations. Um, I appreciate that all, and wish you a nice evening, lovely morning, and hope to see you tomorrow, everybody. Let me
See
Thank
you.
you